A lot of people are freaking out about BakkesMod being removed, Epic employees being laid off, and the future of Rocket League. And personally, I am too, and Waddle just made a YouTube video about it, and I'm going to react to it.
BakkesMod is getting removed in less than 2 weeks, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this could completely change the future of Rocket League. If you've never used it before, BakkesMod isn't just some random mod, it's basically been carrying the game for years. I mean, people use this all the time for training setups, custom maps, to see their MMR, free play tool.
And here's another thing people don't think of is the content made with BakkesMod. Being able to do maps like Olympics, races, custom maps, training maps. I mean, pros use it every day to practice. I mean, they're going to have to implement something to kind of correspond with the removal of BakkesMod, or else their game is going to die.
And even just simple quality of life that honestly should have been in the game a long time ago. For a lot of players, especially content creators, BakkesMod is Rocket League. And that's why this is such a big deal, because when it disappears, there's a huge question no one really knows the answer to yet. And that's what will happen to Rocket League. Like, seriously, think about it. How many players actually play this game without using BakkesMod? And don't count console players.
Well, okay, I feel like this is another big thing though. There is a good chunk of players who don't use it, but the problem is they're targeting their higher ranked player base. Problem with this is their higher ranked player base are going to be the people that stick around for years and will always come back to their game and will consistently play their game and will consistently make content about their game. But when they're not targeting, the player base who's average on platinum, playing on console, nobody really cares, but they also don't really care about the game as much either.
How many people are honestly hopping into custom training packs, rings, dribble challenges, all that kind of stuff, all because of what BakkesMod can do, allowing them to literally practice for hours on end certain mechanics that they may lack. Now imagine all of that just gone immediately, no questions asked. That's not a small change, that's a completely different experience. And honestly, I have no idea where Rocket League is heading when this happens. Obviously, the removal of BakkesMod and the input of the anti-cheat will slice down the amount of cheaters in the game, and I can't believe I'm even saying this right now. But did you know that Rocket League, a literal game about driving cars around and hitting a soccer ball into a net, was the second most cheated game ever just a couple months ago? That is actually insane to think that this game is even on a list like that.
And you also have to expect, taking out BakkesMod, the bots are going to have workarounds. They're going to have other ways to get the bots in the game. Taking away BakkesMod, you're just hurting the community because the cheaters are going to keep cheating.
Now, I will say that is a positive when it comes to talking about the removal of BakkesMod. No BakkesMod means no way for bots to be injected into the game anymore, and that allows higher ranked players to enjoy the game again. However, everyone that isn't affected by bots, for example, lower ranked players, are losing one of the most useful tools that this game has been riding on for years. And if that happens, I think a lot of people are just going to stop playing. Not instantly, not like everybody's going to quit day one, right as BakkesMod's gone, everybody just quits. But over time, you're going to start to feel it. Less people are going to grind, less creative content, fewer players pushing out videos and mechanics and all of this, because the tools that made all of that easier are just gonna be gone. Even content creators would take a hit. Think about how many videos you see all the time that rely on BakkesMod in some kind of way, custom challenges, unique training ideas, all those videos that you see with a bunch of random maps. Without it, content becomes kind of limited, and when content slows down, games tend to slow down. But then there's a second scenario, and this is where things get a little bit more interesting. What if this actually forces Epic to step in? What if they actually support their game? Because
this is another very, very, very important part, is that if they do remove BakkesMod, but they do come in and they add custom maps and they add custom features that only BakkesMod allowed, like they did with the MMR showing on your rank, that is a very, very, very positive upside, because now console players also get that same effect and same feeling, and they don't feel almost left out from the PC community.
Let's be real, the only reason BakkesMod became so important to begin with is because the game never had those features in it. Players had to rely on a third-party mod to get what should have already been in the game. So if BakkesMod gets removed, Epic doesn't really have an excuse anymore. They either ignore it or they're going to have to implement these things into the game.
And this is going to be the biggest thing. I mean, if they ignore the problem, the game's going to die. It's simple as that. And I think they know that too. But at the same time, how much work are they really willing to put into Rocket League? I mean, right now it's still at a peak. I'd say I see like 500,000 players online almost every day, which is insane for Rocket League compared to where it was, let's say, a couple months ago. But if they ignore the problem, their game is going to die, and they need to, there's no way they don't see that coming, is basically what I'm trying to say.
And it seems like they're already slowly stepping up, giving out updates that include features from BakkesMod that show MMR. If you haven't noticed already in your games, you actually have MMR. After every game, you can see how much you went up or down, and obviously that's awesome. But I personally think the most important thing that they need to add is community maps, but I'm not going to deep dive into that right now. But if they do end up adding all these features that BakkesMod offers, then even console players will get what they've always wanted. And
I know he's not deep diving into like custom maps, but what this could offer, people don't understand how big it could actually be. If creators are able to make interactive custom maps for their communities, or people are able to make custom maps and make money off of it, creating another economy for the game because they already took out the big first one that they had, which was trading. So much more opportunity for players other than just trying to hit a colorful rank. If they really take advantage of the situation, it could be the best thing that's ever happened in Rocket League or the worst thing that's ever happened, but I don't really think there's going to be a middle for it.
honestly, that's a huge plus for the game, and I think that would bring a crazy player base to it. But here's the problem. Everything I just said is a really, really big if. Because Epic actually hasn't exactly been known for moving fast with updates like this. And if there is any gap, even just a few months where BakkesMod is gone and nothing is there to support the game afterwards, that could be enough for players to lose interest. And once players leave a game, it's not very easy to bring them back. That's what makes this so important. This isn't just about a mod getting removed, it's about whether Rocket League evolves or just dies. But at the same time, it could be exactly what the game needed. Sometimes games need a huge update like this to improve, something that pushes the developers to finally make changes instead of relying on the community to fix them. And this might be that moment because right now Epic has a choice. They can let BakkesMod disappear and hope players stick around, or they can actually step up and turn this into an opportunity to improve the game in a way that benefits everybody, including console. And whichever one they choose is going to decide a lot about the future of Rocket League, and honestly, I'm kind of scared. So will this kill the game or will it revive it? Honestly, it could do either, and only time will tell. But going off script really quick, I really don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm honestly kind of scared for the game because like I said earlier, there's so many different things that the BakkesMod offers to so many different people, and well, the only people that are getting benefit are higher ranked players. Because I mean that's where bots are. They're in the higher ranks. You don't play diamond lobbies and run into bots. And it's crazy to think that majority of champ and below are the only people that are actually having a negative connotation when it comes to the removal of BakkesMod.
So I wanted to pull up like a chart to kind of look at the percentage of players that are ranked. This is threes, which obviously isn't the most accurate, but you can kind of get a grasp that this is the main player base. This is a huge percentage of the player base, which is basically silver through diamond, as you can see on the chart. Once you start getting to the champ area, which is where most of the bots are, I mean, I guess champ 1 maybe, but once you start dipping down lower than that, it's like, how many players are you actually saving from this problem, and is it even worth it at that point? Especially when you have the understanding that these cheaters aren't going to stop cheating. If they started cheating in the first place and built a business around it, selling accounts or selling access to a Discord server with the cheats in them, why would they stop now? They're building a living off of cheating, and you think they're going to stop just because you removed the thing that they used to inject it? I feel like it's almost naive of Epic Games if they think this is going to be the case, because I'm almost certain it won't be.
It sucks because it's cool, but at the same time, it's only benefiting higher players, and it's completely removing everything else for everybody else. And I think that alone will honestly kill the game. But then again, like I said before, if Epic steps up and actually puts in updates where stuff gets done, then we might actually see numbers go up again, because all they have to do is add in stuff that BakkesMod offered just without BakkesMod. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but I really have no idea. It could go either way. I think this is where I'm going to wrap up my yap session today.
Also, I just want to say, this is a great video. Waddles really hit the head on a lot of the points I wanted to talk about. He's just better at editing and making videos than me mainly, so I wanted to react to it and kind of just give little extra hints into it. But make sure, this is all credit to Waddles. I just want to say that this is his video. Go subscribe to Waddles. I just wanted to try to maybe, if I can, bring more awareness to it and try to kind of give another perspective on what else we might want to see with the removal of BakkesMod, because I love the game and I've played it for a long time, and I think it's kind of sad that we're kind of praying for this gamble that we shouldn't even be in this situation. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a video game at the end of the day. It's supposed to be fun, but a lot of people build careers off this, including myself, and not a lot of people want to see this game go away, and it's in its peak right now. So if it dies now, I don't know if we're going to see a revival. Again, if you like this video, make sure you like my video. Make sure you go like Waddle's video. Full credit to him, and go subscribe to me and Waddle's. Appreciate you guys.